This is how you remind me.
Welcome to IAYTV. For this special April Fool's edition of What Is, I tackle the band that everyone loves to hate, Nickelback. We're going to look back at their history, figure out why people love to hate them, and figure out what they're up to now. For most of us, Nickelback began with the song How You Remind Me in 2001, but the band existed for almost an entire decade before that, doing small shows where they'd cover songs from Led Zeppelin, Metallica, and other rock groups. Lead singer Chad Kroeger, yes, that's how you pronounce it, Kroeger, studied up on what made music sell, and he found that themes of love seemed to be really successful, saying that How You Remind Me was successful because of its universal appeal. This song became a Billboard #1 hit in both rock and pop categories and was even named Billboard Single of the Year for 2002. By now, they've put out 8 albums total. In 2006, they won Billboard's Best Group of the Year and Rock Album of the Year. In 2007, they won Favorite Group at the People's Choice Awards. They've been nominated for 6 Grammys up through 2010, but they haven't won any. Regardless of your feelings about Nickelback, there's a lot to see there. People seem to forget that they dominated the charts through the 2000s. Billboard, in addition to all the awards I already listed, even named them Group of the Decade for the 2000s. Then how did it happen that the Rolling Stone magazine named them the second worst band of that era, second only to Creed?
You know, when these things used to happen to us back in the day, we used to be like, you know, we don't sneak out and kill babies at night. I don't get it. It's just music. Like, we're just, like, everyone else is taking this far more seriously than we are. We're just 4 dudes that get together, write some songs, and you know, try and have some laughs. Back in the day, it was a little more like, you know, the furrowed brow. It was probably a little more painful. Now it's just kind of like, I think if that stops, we're in trouble, you know? That, because they keep talking about it and we keep opening newspapers and it's like, it's everywhere all the time. But it doesn't seem to be hurting us in any other facet of our career. So if this is the trend and it can just stay exactly like this, I hope it stays exactly like this.
There's a phrase that I want to share with you called revisionist history. This is where history is changed because people say it happened a different way. When you constantly see Nickelback sucks online, you start to believe that they did. But I remember listening to How You Remind Me, the theme song to many of my high school heartbreaks. They were a chart topper. And even now, Nickelback is selling huge. Bloomberg Business calls them one of the best-selling rock bands in existence. Still, today, right now. Did you know that Carly Rae Jepsen with hits like Call Me Maybe is signed to a label co-owned by Chad Kroeger? He makes almost $10 million a year just from these investments. He also writes music for other artists, including hits by Santana, Tim McGraw, and even Timbaland. American Idol's Chris Daughtry calls Kroeger a song scientist.
It makes you feel small. To have created something that could be enjoyed / hated for hundreds of years.
It's humbling.
It is humbling.
It's humbling in a business full of egos.
So we can collectively dislike Nickelback, but that doesn't change the fact that they were dominating the charts and our hearts for many, many years. And even now, they're selling out shows, and Kroeger himself is considered a business titan. That is Nickelback. Check back next week for another look at a niche fandom here on IAYTV.